Hey everybody, it's your lovely Lotus Blossom Lizzie, and I'm here today and I'm going to show you my Traveler's Notebook or Fauxdori setup. And this is the first one that I've ever had, so I wanted to share it with you all. But before we get started, if you haven't subscribed already, make sure that you hit the subscribe button because there'll be more videos just like this one coming up. And also make sure that you leave a comment below. I'd love to know what you think about this video. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started. So again, this was the first Traveler's Notebook that I've ever had, and I've actually had this Traveler's for a while. This is a Recollections Traveler's Notebook, and I don't think Michael sells them anymore. I've been looking for them and I have not been able to find them. I have found some on Amazon. I'll have a link below, but only a few. So I think this may be a discontinued item, and I may try to contact Michael's and find out if that's the case. Because I do really like it, and I don't think it's leather. I think this is kind of a vinyl product that they have here, but it looks just like the Madori's, and for me that's fine. I am not a slave to dead animal skin, so that's not a big deal for me. And so I'm sorry if I offended anybody by saying that, but you know, I try to live a plant-based life in most respects. That doesn't always happen, but I digress. Anyway, so this is what it looks like on the outside, and I already have it packed with some stuff. And I will say that I am filming this before the beginning of the year, so I have not yet started using this. I've done some testing and I'm making some inserts, but let me just go ahead and jump right in. So when I got this, this is pretty much what it looks like when I got this. Let me just pull this out. This is the string that comes on it, and again, this is kind of like a leathery type of, I mean, it feels leathery, but I don't think it's leather. I think it's vinyl. And on the inside, it has like a velvet type of material on the inside. So it is kind of very flexible, and I like that is flexible. And it came with this band right here, and I think this is, again, it's made from the same material. Here's just like thinner strips, and it had like two little charms on the end of it. So I'll bring it a little closer so you can see what the charms look like. So those are the charms, and it just kind of, it's not stretchy at all, so it's very stiff, and it wraps around, and then I guess you just kind of tuck it in like so. And so it didn't really have any, like, you know, I didn't really feel comfortable with just this band here, but I still liked it, and I liked the charms that were on here, and I didn't want to go through all the trouble of trying to get the charms off and put them on something else. So what I did was I had some elastic that I already had, and I had this charm that I was going to use for something else, and I just put this charm on there, L for Liz, yay. And I just stuck it in a hole, put a knot on it, and then tied it around so I would have a tighter fit to hold what's inside. So let's go ahead and look inside, and what it came with were two notebooks. It came with this white notebook here, which was blank. It didn't have anything on the inside. It's just plain paper, and it came with this brown one, and again, it didn't have anything on the inside, just these two, which is great because I was able to get some measurements off of those to start with. So what I wanted to do first was just kind of figure out what I would be using this for. Now this is kind of like some extra stuff right here, and some test inserts and stuff that I just had that in the back. And it has like two bands, so it had one large band, and then it had one band in the middle, if you guys can see that there. I actually added a smaller band to it already. And so this is what the front of mine looks like so far, and the notebooks are not in any particular order just yet. Again, I have not started using this. I'm setting it up for 2017, and I made some covers. So I made this cover right here to begin with. This was kind of a test cover that I made, and so I made for each of my notebooks, I made a cover. So let me show you the covers first. And so this one just says Hustle Baby, and I made this out of cardstock. So I recently bought lots of cardstock from Michael's, and so I decided to do a little bit of a layering and just make some stock so you can make some covers. So this is the front cover of this one, and here's the back, and it's very pretty. And you know, I just kind of learned how to like kind of layer things together and make them look nice, and these came out so wonderful. And this was the first cover I made, and I wish I would have made it a little bit longer, and I was going to redo it, and I said nah, I'll just use this one the way that it is, because I'm just trying to test it too to see how they hold up against these bands, because I didn't want to actually laminate these because I want them to be able to lay down. So I'm going to see how they're going to work out without the lamination. Plus, I'll probably be changing my covers often depending on the seasons. But this is what we're going to start with. So this one is very pretty too, and it just says Stay Unique. That's the front, and then that's the back. And each one houses one notebook, and I'll show you what the notebooks are in a moment. And this is the next one, and it says Today I Choose Joy, and it has a bunch of sayings on it, which I thought was really nice. And again, it houses one notebook, and then this is the back. And then this is the last notebook that I have in here so far. I have more to come, and this one just says so she did. So this is the front of the cover, and you can see where I already haven't started even using these good yet, and already I'm getting a little bit of wear on the ends. And then we have the back cover. So that's the front and that's the back. And what I did, because you can see this one doesn't have anything holding it closed, it just kind of flails around, and I didn't really want that for each of my notebooks. So what I did was I just took some small binder clips, and I didn't have any other colors but purple, and I did have some black, but I decided to just use purple because I do like color. And for now, and then I'll just get some later, some small binder clips, and I'm going to use them in the same manner. So I kind of staggered them so that the books will kind of stay closed, and it's easy for me to kind of rifle through the books, because as you can see, if you didn't, you would kind of be like catching pages, and it would be a little bit cray-cray. So I just kind of left that one open for you guys to see. And then the next thing I did also was I made some paper clips, and I have a separate video for the paper clips, and I just added some paper clips in here for some color, and also as a way for me to find things. And what I intend to do is to make some paper clips that will be more relevant to the themes of each notebook, and that way I can look at the paper clips and go straight to the notebook that I want, because I plan on adding quite a few more notebooks to this. So I'm gonna have to find a way to scale myself down. But again, you know, the planning process is an evolutionary process, and you use things and you get rid of things that don't work for you, and you add things on to test them, and that's kind of how we are with this one. So let's go ahead and we'll look into this first notebook that I made. And this one here is this is January through March, and I actually purchased this particular book. You can see the front and the back of the notebook itself, or the insert, and I'll have to put down below who made this because I don't have my glasses on and I can't see. But I actually purchased this because I didn't really know how to format the inserts myself, and of course this was a test. And what it has in here, it has a month at a glance, and then it has a habit tracker, and I was just kind of doing some testing in here. It has a habit tracker in here, so it had January, and then it had all the dates for January with the days. And then next it had a few blank pages, and let's just pull that out. It had a few blank pages here, and then it goes into a week on 2 sheets for each one. And then it's all the same for, so you see it has February, and then it has the habit tracker, it has the 2 blank pages, and then it has the week on 2 pages, and then it has March as well. And then at the end of that, it just had kind of like some note pages at the end, and again I was doing some testing there. And so what I found with this was, I quickly found like this format I didn't really like the way that it was, and plus it only went from January to March, which probably is going to be a good thing, because I'm probably going to have to scale down just a bit. I don't think I'll be able to fit the whole year in here the way that I would like, but don't think Liz is not going to try, folks. And so you can see this is quite a few pages. I think this is like 24 pages just for this journal here. And what I did ahead of time, again, I wrote like a list of what I wanted to use this for, and I kind of did research on people that do bullet journaling, because that's kind of where I'm going with this. So something that's less structured and a little bit more free form, but at the same time I could put some structured things in here as well. So that's the first one that we have. This is the first notebook, and I'll just clip this together just to keep it out the way, and I'll put the paper clips back in a moment. And then the second journal that I have in here, let's open her up. And you can see the cover, you can see how the cover is made. And then also the journal itself has a cover also. Now this is one that I created, so this will be in the Etsy shop, and this is Pleasant Creations. And this one actually goes from January to December, and this is a habit tracker. And I wanted my habit trackers to be all in the same place. So if you look at the one that I purchased here, and it didn't cost me that much to purchase it, so it wasn't that big of a deal. You can see at the beginning of each month, that's when you get the habit tracker. But I wanted my habit trackers to kind of be all together. And so this particular one I did for myself. I did it for morning and evening habit tracking, because I'm trying to get more of a routine in the morning and the evenings, because it just makes the whole day go better when you have good routines. And so that's what I wanted to do with this one. But when I put it up, it won't say morning and evening. It will just say January to December 2017 habit tracker. And so if we open this up, the first page that you'll see, it says what I'm tracking. And then it just gives you some lines, and you can just make some notes on what you would like to track. And then it goes into each month. So this is January, and it has the days and the dates on here for January, and here's where you would actually put in what you're tracking. Now you can put like X's, you can put stars, you can use stickers, you can use colors. I plan on like kind of coloring mine in, and I'll show you. Here's one that I was testing here, and this is how it kind of worked out. Let me show you the first page. So where I put what I'm tracking, and then I kind of just wrote in routines, and I put morning here and then evening. And then I just put like a line down the middle. I used a ruler and just kind of free formed the dotted lines here, and then I just put what I wanted to track for my mornings and for my evenings. And then here I actually put the colors on here. So this is where I started at. And so I could quickly see at a glance, you know, where I'm missing items that I'm actually tracking. And so again, this was a test, so because January hasn't started yet, so I just kind of just took January off and just used this for December, because this is when I actually built this. So it actually has all of the months in order, of course. So we got February, March, April, and so on, so on, so on. And then when you get to the end of the journal, it says your thoughts, but I'm going to change this so it'll say my thoughts, because you want it to be personal. This is all about you. And it says my thoughts. And you'll also notice with these trackers are not bound right now, so these pages are loose. I'm waiting on my stapler to come, because I don't have you need a long reach stapler in order to staple or bind these. And I've also saw a lady who used her sewing machine and she sewed it down the middle, and I could do that too because I have a sewing machine. But who wants to pull out the sewing machine every time you make a journal? I don't know, but I might do it though. All right, so also this will be my thoughts, and then lots of space where you can put your thoughts as well for your routines. Maybe something you want to track next month, or you know, just anything. You can put anything in your notes that you want. And it's 3 pages of your thoughts there, and then the back of the journal. So that's the back, and it just says January to December, and it's in very pretty colors, which I really love. So you see the front, you see the back, and that's a printable. So it's very nice. And something else that I did as well is I rounded the corners. So some of these, think I missed a corner there. A few of these I missed a corner on rounding them, but I rounded the corners with my corner rounder, and which I'm really enjoying the crocodile corner rounder, and I'll put that down below as well because I'm really enjoying that particular item. All right, so let's go to the next one, and let's open this one up. Today I choose joy, darlings. Okay, so this is what it looks like on the inside, and just in case you can't recognize it, there is a little, well, it's not little, but it's a big moon with a cow sleeping on it, and this is Sleep Patterns, and I have 2017, and I'm calling this a quality tracker. So I actually got this idea from another gentleman, and I can't think of what his name is on camera, but I'll make sure that I put the link down below so that you can see. So I'm giving credit to him. He actually is doing bullet journaling, and he did it all manually, but you know me, I'm an overachiever, so I actually made an insert for it. And so again, this is Sleep Patterns, and something, because I have some sleep issues. I'm up way too late at nighttime, and I actually had to go see somebody about my sleep, and it's still not resolved. So I decided to do a little bit of tracking to try to get more sleep. And so the first page that you come to, it says my ultimate sleep goals are, because everything that you do with all these journaling pages that I have, there's always a goal behind it. There should be like a purpose for you using these things. So in this instance, the purpose for the sleep journal would go here. So I would write down my purpose, and over time that purpose could change. So you have lots of lines that you can use. And again, this will be up in the Etsy shop. The link will be below. And this is a printable only. And with these, again, I rounded the corners on these, and this was kind of a test book as well. But this is like my favorite tracker so far, or my favorite journal book that I created for myself. I really like it. It took me a little bit of time to do it, just to kind of think of the concept of how I wanted to do it. But you know, I did it, I love it, and I wanted to share it with people as well. So for each month, this is on a monthly basis, you would be tracking things. So we got these in order, of course, and it has the sleep time. So I have from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. and I don't know if you guys can see, I'm gonna bring it just a little bit closer so you can see. And so it has 9 p.m. to 10 a.m. and then it has the dates down here at the bottom, and I kind of did that on purpose. Instead of putting them up here at the top, it was easier to put them down here at the bottom. And then it has the hours slept. So once you start tracking, you can put like the time that you went to sleep, and then put the time that you woke up, the time that you went to sleep, the time that you woke up. And then you can count how many hours that you slept, and you can put it on this line. So you'll have the hours that you slept, and there's plenty of room to do that. And then you can put your sleep quality. What was the quality of your sleep? Because that's kind of more important than anything else. And then down here it has a legend. So it has the sleep quality. B is for bad, M for moderate, G for good, E for excellent. And I hope that's in so you guys can see. And then the sleeping hours, I'm going to denote those by letters also. Of course, you can do it any kind of way that you want to. You can put an X, you can put stickers, you can put check marks, whatever. But when I fall asleep, I'm going to put an F, and I usually know around when I went to sleep. And then the wake up time is W, and then S will be sleep. So, and then I have like that cute little cow on the moon here. And then this is extra stuff about my sleep. So you may want to write your dreams down. You can use this as a dream journal as well. So when you wake up and you have like some crazy dreams, you want to write those down immediately, because they say, you know, when you dream, you forget them immediately after you wake up, and that is so true. So anywho, so of course this is like the full year. So, and this is what the back looks like. So it just says Sleep Patterns on the back, has some nice little graphics on the back, and then Pleasant Creation. So that's the front and the back, and this is my favorite journal so far, putting it in here. And then All right, so that's the cover, the back of the cover. Now we're going to, this one is basically the last one that I made up so far. And inside here, this says Vision Boards 2017, my wish list. And this might be a little bit hard to see because this is in yellow right here, and it has like this marvelous cover that has some roses on there, some colored roses. So that's the front of the journal itself. It's a printable as well over at the Etsy shop. And then this is the back right here. And so when we open it up, what basically is here is just graph paper. So all this whole journal is graph paper only. But I wanted to do it that way because this is a vision board, and I wanted to be able to kind of change things up the way that I wanted. I wanted this to be more freeform than the other structured ones. The other notebooks are very structured. You know, it is what it is. You can only do things a certain way for them to be effective. But this one, I wanted to really kind of be creative with the way that I did things. And this is an example of how I'm going to do things. And again, just getting started. So this says project ideas. It says paint laundry room cabinets. So I'm going to use this for projects, and the reason why I'm putting it in the vision board is because I'm going to be putting pictures from Pinterest in here, or other pictures that I find. You know, if I go to the store and I see something, I can take a picture of it and I can put the pictures in here and kind of have an idea of what I want for this project. So it's a visionary type of thing. And it's a creative outlet as well. So I'll be using like markers and pencils in here, and you know, maybe some stickers. This book is probably not going to have a lot of stickers on it because I want it to be more my creativity. And of course I can't draw anything, but you know, I'm gonna go for it, and I'm gonna try to make this, you know, mine. You know, it's kind of scary, like when you have a nice little book and then you start writing in it, it's kind of scary to just do it. But you know, I'm all about action when it comes to stuff like this. So, and you can reprint it over again. There's no need to like hoard pages or anything. So I'm gonna have fun with that one because I love doing things around the house. So this is the back of that particular journal itself, and again, this is the front, and lots of graph paper. You can print as much graph paper as you want with this one. There's nothing on it. There's no numbers on here, anything. So this one is also going to be up in the Etsy shop as well. And then I just have these last two that came with the actual traveler's notebook itself. And in this one, I actually started, I'm going to use this as my love journal. Everyone has, you know, they choose a word for the year, and I chose the word love, and that may seem kind of who chooses love for their word for the year? Well, my word for 2016 was challenge, and this year it's going to be love, because I want to look deeper into what love means to me and how to share love with other people. And so this is going to be my love journal, and it's not decorated. I don't have a cover for it yet, but I'm going to do that probably right after I get off of here. And I already started, and I don't know if you can see because this is kind of in pencil, but I'll bring this up here. So every day what I'll do is I'll come here and I'll just put some words of what love means to me. And what I have in here so far is like elevation, connection, deep, warmth, automatic, evoke, and so on. Words like that, and it's just going to be in all different colors. It's going to go all across these 2 pages. And of course I left space for even more if I wanted to. I also want to put what I'm grateful for, and in between, kind of like my love notes to myself, I'll be putting what I'm grateful for, and every day I'll put a few things that I was grateful for the day. And then I also put in here what I did with love today, because that's important too. You can say that you love somebody, but what did you do where you put love into it? And I always say I cook with love. And you can tell when somebody puts love into their food. Trust me. I'm putting love into my notebook right now. Not just the word love, but I'm making it nice and pretty, and I want it to be taken care of and all kinds of stuff. And then I left a few pages, and then I put how did I share my love today. and then the rest of the pages are blank right now. I do have some ideas, they're just not on paper just yet. And then this one is blank. So I wanted to kind of give you all, I know this is a long video, but I wanted to kind of give you an idea of how to start a traveler's notebook, because I didn't really know how to start. And again, what I did was I looked at lots of videos of people who are doing bullet journaling. And if you look at people who do bullet journaling, you'll get lots of ideas on what you might want to use in your traveler's notebook also. And what I also like about this is you can pull these notebooks out. They're interchangeable. Even after you bind the pages together and you staple them, you can unstaple them, and it's just a very flexible system. So I'm not going to go into how the traveler's notebook is put together. That's for another video. I just want to show you what the setup is like. Now I also made a pin clip as well, and I just use a binder and I use some actual ribbon here, and I hot glued it onto the binder. Now it's not working out that well for me right now, but for the moment it's okay. So I'm going to do another page clip. I didn't want to like glue a page clip on here, so I just used like the last page that I had in here. So again, you can really make it your own, and I guess I'll put all these back in here after I'm done, but I love it. It has the paper clips in it. I love how I decided to, like, you know, kind of close things up so I can get through the pages easier with the binding clips. You know, everything about this, I just already know that I'm going to love. I do love a chunky style of planner or a binder, so that's not going to be an issue for me. And I'm just going to, you know, this is going to really be nice for me, so it can, like, you know, flow. And I hope that I shared something here that will inspire you as well if you already have a traveler's. I'd love to know your thoughts on it. What do you think about the traveler's notebooks? Did it work for you? Was it a hit or miss? Was it a fail? I would love to know. So with that, I'm just going to say love, peace, and hair grease from your sweet lotus blossom and lovable Lizzie. Have a fantabulous day and enjoy life. And I'm just going to put my traveler's book back together here and just enjoy looking at it for a little bit before I put it away.